I'm Kajal Mehra from TimesTech, and we are here at Electronica, Productronica 2024. And with us is Dr. Sanjeev Aggarwal, President and CEO of Everspin Technologies. Hi, Sanjeev.
Hello,
We
Kajal.
welcome you here at our platform and at Electronica, Productronica 2024.
Thank you.
I would request you to please introduce yourself to our audience as well.
Like Kajal said, this is Sanjeev Aggarwal. I actually started with my roots here in Delhi. I went to high school in New Delhi, went on to do my undergraduate in BHU, and after that, I did my PhD in material science in the US. After my graduation, I've basically been working in the non volatile memory industry for the last 25, 30 years now. I have 2 or 3 children out there. One is ferroelectric memories. That is what I developed after I graduated from my college. Commercialized it at Texas Instruments. From there on, I went to Freescale and then Everspin, where we commercialized toggle MRAM, which is field switched MRAM, and more recently, spin transfer torque MRAM or STT MRAM. I've been with Everspin from the beginning. In 2008 is when it spun out of Freescale, and we went public in 2016, and we've been listed on NASDAQ since then.
Okay, so moving ahead to the Q&A session with Sanjeev Aggarwal. So my first question is that Everspin is known for pushing boundaries with the MRAM technology. What was the defining moment or turning point when you realized MRAM could revolutionize memory storage solutions?
It's a good question. Mostly for engineers, it's when you can actually demonstrate a performance, and that gets you excited. But from a business point of view, what gets you excited is when you have your first customer that actually values what you're bringing to the market. And that was a turning point for Everspin, where our customers are actually interested in the fast read-write speeds, what we call data logging. It's less than 35 nanoseconds read-writes, unlimited number of read-write cycles, and at very extreme temperatures, automotive temperatures like minus 40 C to 125 degrees C. So when these properties were being appreciated by the customers, we knew that we have something unique that can actually be sold as product.
Okay, so moving ahead to the next question, the XPI STT RAM is the first of its kind within XPI interface. For those unfamiliar with memory technologies like me, how would you explain the unique advantages of STT MRAM compared to traditional memory like SRAM or NVSRAM?
So first of all, let's address the XPI part of the interface, and then we can get into what is unique about the memory. So you can either randomly access memory, that's called random access memory, that has several input-output terminals to a memory. The other one is you can actually do a serial periphery interface. What that does is it basically defines how many input-output channels you have. So it's no longer, it can still be random access, but it's not several terminals. So you actually reduce the number of terminals on how you access a memory. That's the serial interface. It can be a by 8 or by 16. And then the other part that we're not going to necessarily talk about today is the DDR interface, or the dual data transfer interface, that's usually used by storage memory or DRAMs. And that basically is, it can be 512 or it can be a larger interface compared to SPI. Okay. Now, how does STT-MRAM differ from standard memory? So I talked a little bit about it. Basically, STT-MRAM is unique in the sense that it's non-volatile. So if you're looking at DRAM, for example, you turn off the power and you lose all the information that is on there, right?
Okay, yeah.
Typically what happens with your computers. You turn it off, all the information is lost, then it's rebooted, loaded to the cache, and then you can actually execute the data. So it's non-volatile. The other thing is that it's very fast read and writes. So you can actually access your data within 25 to 50 nanoseconds, much faster. And the other thing is it's unlimited read and write cycles. So it's basically high endurance. So if you're looking at flash memory, for example, it can only do 1 million cycles. Okay, DRAM can obviously do unlimited read and writes, but flash can only do 1 million cycles. But you can tune STT-MRAM to look like a flash memory, to look like an SRAM memory, or you can tune it to look like a DRAM memory. And we have done that commercially for all three categories. For the SRAM, for example, we brought out a part that you just talked about, the XPI STT-M RAM, last year and the year before. It's a 64 megabit STT-M RAM with a serial interface. It's actually, the X stands for, can either be quad SPI, single SPI, or octal SPI.
Okay.
So quad for 4, octal for 8. So octal SPI is the fastest STT-M RAM you can buy today. The data transfer speeds are 400 megabytes per second, which is the fastest memory you can buy today for that performance. I lost my train of thought. Okay.
No issue.
So, like I was saying, that the STT-M RAM can actually be tuned to act like a NOR flash or like an SRAM or a DRAM. So, what example I gave you was for an SRAM, where it's basically unlimited read-write cycles at industrial and automotive temperatures. You can also tune it so that it's actually more like a NOR flash, which is basically only 1,000,000 cycles, but much higher temperatures.
Okay.
By that I mean you can go through solder reflow, which is basically 250C, 3 to 5 minutes. So the SRAM memory that I was talking about, which is not reflow compatible, this one can be reflow compatible. And then the last one is you can make it look like a DRAM, which is what we've been shipping to IBM since 2017. It's a 1 gigabit STT-M RAM that looks like a DRAM. So it has a DDR4 interface. It's 1 gigabit in density, and it has about 10 to the 12th read-write cycles in a commercial temperature range. So basically, pick what application you want, and you can tune the STT-M RAM for that application. And we have commercialized all three.
Okay, so the concept of universal memory sounds revolutionary. In your opinion, how far are we from MRAM becoming a mainstream choice in consumer electronics? Do you foresee it replacing traditional memory technologies entirely?
It's a very good question. You know, it's the holy grail to have a universal memory. And people talk about having a universal memory. In my opinion, MRAM or STT-MRAM comes as close to that as possible.
Okay.
I don't think you can actually make a universal memory, but STT-MRAM can act as a universal memory. Like I was just saying, you can make it look like a flash.
Yeah.
You can make it look like a DRAM, or you can make it look like an SRAM.
It's more
So
flexible.
I think it's more feasible, it's more flexible, and depending on the application you want, you can tune the STT-MRAM. So universal, no, but having the functionality of a working memory, yes. Storage memory, yes. Fast data logging, yes. But all of them combined together, I still don't think there is a memory out there that can do that.
Okay. So MRAM's radiation hardening properties are a game changer for aerospace applications. Can you share any interesting use cases when MRAM's resilience has been a lifesaver in extreme environments like space?
So I'll give you two examples where our MRAM is actually being used or has been deployed. So the Mars rover Perseverance, it actually has our MRAM in it, and it's actively collecting data and sending it back to Earth. So it survives radiation exposure, and it's functional with no errors. The other one is we are actually on the way to Jupiter in NASA's Lucy mission.
Okay.
So yes, we are radiation hard, and we are in deep space. And we have customers like Honeywell, Frontgrade, Case. As I understand it, actually ISRO also uses the parts. They buy it through Honeywell, the MRAM that is being used. So I don't know any of the defense applications on purpose. We choose not to know it. But as far as deep space is concerned, our devices and our technology is being sent out into deep space or the low Earth orbitals by various US companies, and I believe European companies as well.
So Everspin is leading the way in the persistent memory space with the XPI series. What are the challenges and opportunities in getting industries to adopt MRAM over well-established technologies like NOR and BBS RAM?
That's a good question again. So for a small company to actually enter a market with an emerging or a new technology is always a challenge. And we face the same challenges. So the way we chose to get around that challenge was we made our parts 100% compatible with our competition. So when I go and sell our product to a company that is hesitant to use Everspin parts because we are such a small company, and they would be concerned about our long-term financial viability. The idea is our competition, for example, is Infineon that offers a non-volatile SRAM and a ferroelectric memory as well. So our parts are 100% compatible. If tomorrow you wanted to replace an Infineon part with an Everspin part, you can do it. Simply open the computer or the system, take out the NOR flash from Infineon or the NVS RAM, and put in our part, and it's fully compatible.
Okay.
So if there is a supply chain issue that somebody is concerned about, they can. We tell them, hey, you can always replace our part with Infineon that's been around for so long. But having said that, we've been around for 15 years as well, without any supply chain interruption for the longest time. So that's how we've made inroads and slowly grown our business over the last decade or so.
Okay. So where do you see the next big wave of innovation in memory technology? Could we expect something even more groundbreaking from Everspin in the coming years?
Yeah, there are a couple of things that we are very excited about at Everspin. One is flash memory stopped scaling at 40 nanometer CMOS. Okay. So that's the reason why you see these foundries like Global Foundries, TSMC, or Samsung. They have jumped in with both feet to offer embedded MRAM as a scaling path to replace embedded flash. Well, we are the only ones that can do standalone memory. So our goal is to actually offer a solution for standalone flash. So if you look at the market for standalone flash at densities above 128 megabit, that's $2.5 billion today. So that's a huge growth opportunity for Everspin. That's the part that is in design today, and we hope to bring it to market in the next 18 months or so. So that should be a good inflection point for us, or a huge inflection point for us from a revenue point of view. The other thing that we're excited about is we're actually building some solutions for AI inference on the edge. Okay, so what we're doing over there is, so let's back up a little bit. So how does it work on the edge? So today you would have a SRAM memory, for example. You would keep refreshing it so that it doesn't lose its configuration memory. And then every time it has to do an inference, it has to go back to the cloud, talk to the boss, and then decide what to do. Right? Replace that with MRAM on the edge. It's as fast or faster than SRAM. It's non-volatile, so you don't need to spend any power to refresh it. And it has all the information it needs to do the inference. So it doesn't need to talk to the cloud. So huge power savings and much faster. So those are the two areas that we are excited about and are doing some work to demonstrate that solution and bring it to the market.
So let's just wrap it up this session right now. And thank you so much, Sanjeev, for being here and giving your valuable time, insights, and telling all the new innovations about Everspin. And I congratulate you, and I wish you a very good luck.
Thank you
For your future.
Thank you for the time, and I really enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching us.
Of course.